how you doing? Settling in back to regular life. So far this week hasn't been so bad. I've been kind of working a little lighter load, but that has nothing to do with me or coming off vacation. It's just other things. So good to be able to ease back into work. And now I gotta go home and figure out what's going on there. Apparently the missus let the dogs out, and there's this neighbor who has a dog that doesn't play well with other dogs, and so some sort of altercation where it resulted in the owner of the dog getting mad at us because our dog bit him. Not the dog, the owner. So we'll see what that leads to. That's not a good thing. You know, and basically our fault for letting our dog run free. I think it's one of those situations where you just let the dog out in the yard for a little bit, took our eye off the dog for a short amount of time. And that's all it takes, children and animals, for there to be problems. And so hopefully it's nothing too big a deal. We could patch things up with our neighbor. You know, seems like he's a nice guy, and he likes to walk his dog every day, and it's funny because our dogs just absolutely hate that dog. That dog is, I don't know what it is in dog language that they say to each other that gets other dogs riled up, but this dog definitely has nothing nice to say to our dogs. And our dogs just love to hate this dog, and it's a shame. Because it gets along perfectly well with humans. I'll probably go home, pick up my doggies up, and take them to the doggy park on my way to getting some coffee and relaxing. Because I have to be up at dark 30 tomorrow. The schedule is different. I have to be at work by 4 in the morning, so that means I have to be in bed and up by 2 in the morning. I usually try to allow myself 2 hours to get up and get around. The alarm starts going off at 2, but I usually get up about 2:30. Like this morning, my alarm was set for 5. It should have been set for 5:30 because I had to be at work at 7:30. But he started going off at 5. Actually, it was set for 5. It started going off at 5. I don't think I got up till 6. I do like that snooze button. But we shall see what's what. I have enough confidence to know that, you know, most people with dogs, I've been bitten before by dogs. It's upsetting, but you calm down, you realize dogs in and of themselves are usually not vicious. I train Jimmy all the time. I say no bite, no bite. I don't allow him to bite me, not even playfully. So I don't want them to get the idea that it's all right, because, you know, there's a very finite difference, tiny finite difference between playful biting and vicious biting, and most people don't know the difference anyway. Aye. Well, anyway, got to get about it, so hey, how you doing? It's my Friday. Everybody else's Wednesday. Another weird week, different shifts, yada yada. Anyways, I got a call today that Jimmy, our dog, is in jail for biting one of our neighbors. as he probably should be for fighting one of our neighbors. I mean, you know, bad on us, bad on him. And dogs really don't know what they're doing, but you know, we've been working with them and training them and stuff. We got video of him in the dog park the day that it happened, where he was like being real nice, or other dogs fighting and causing problems with each other, and he's ignoring it. He's actually playing with a little girl and perfectly trustworthy and everything. So, not trying to make excuses or rationalizations. I'm just saying that Jimmy has to go in quarantine for 8 days. So when I get home, there will be no Jimmy to greet me, and I'm sad, but it could be worse. And I think we just got to be more careful about making sure that he stays either on a leash or in the house, or is supervised when he goes outside. He likes to go and play with the dog across the street, Leroy. Actually, Leroy oftentimes escapes his owner and comes and knocks on our door. And it's a funny thing about dogs. They're a lot like humans. This dog that our neighbor was walking is a Schnauzer, and it doesn't get along with other dogs at all. Matter of fact, in that neighbor's own words, he said, "My dog is an asshole." And yeah, it's sometimes, you know, with dogs, it's like they get into a personality trait that's not helpful to them and helpful to everyone. And I mean, our dogs, whenever this dog is walking, they know it, they sense it. They come running and they just claw at the door. They want to get at this dog. They absolutely, totally loathe this dog. They hate its guts. And I guess because when they're minding their business in their yard and stuff, this dog goes out of its way. I don't know what it says or what it does, because you know, dogs speak mainly in body language, but it communicates some really nasty stuff to our dogs, what they would call fighting words, legal terms. And they want nothing better than to get into it with this dog. And I wish we could shake him of that. I wish we could teach him how to live and let live and whatever, but even the owner of the dog has said that the dog has problems. But the first couple of times our dogs have come running out. I mean, we had the invisible fence, and for some reason it wasn't working on Jimmy, and then I don't know if it was just not working. So they would get out of the yard and they would come after this dog and bark at it. And this dog would be very aggressive back to him. And I mean, that's just dogs. Dogs do that. If you ever walked a dog, you know, usually their first time you see another dog, you have to be very guarded because you don't know what their reaction will be. But most of the time with our dogs, like Jimmy has a nasty habit of lunging at other dogs, and he's a big dog and he kind of looks mean, but he does it playfully with maybe just a smidge of trying to be the alpha dog. And if another dog really doesn't like that, then there's going to be an argument. But most of the time when Jimmy meets other dogs, he's happy to meet him. He's wagging his tail. He wants to be hanging out with them, and you know, they sniff butts and they begin to realize there's no harmful intentions. It's all playful, and next thing you know, they're like wrestling around and enjoying it. And you know, we take our dogs to the dog park frequently, and the reason behind that is we socialize them. Get them used to being with other dogs, around other dogs and other people, and to know that most instances it's not life or death, it's just fun, you know. Now, if you come knocking at our door in the middle of the night or early in the morning like my parents did the other day, oh, Jimmy's gonna bark, and his bark sounds like there's a big dog in the house and you'd better not come in. But man, when he comes out, or when you come and meet him, he's like a big friendly dog. We joke that he just wants to lick you to death. So I don't know what happened on Monday. I don't know if the two dogs were fighting and the owner tried to step in to protect his dog and he got bitten. And I say he got bitten because he's saying that our dog bit him, and I have no reason to believe otherwise, but I have no real evidence of that. And from what I've seen of Jimmy, that's a little bit out of character. So I'm imagining that if he did bite him, it wasn't like run out and bite somebody. It was more like run out, get in a fight with this other dog, and then in the ensuing melee, when the owner stepped in the middle, he got bitten, either by Jimmy or his dog. I haven't seen the bite, so I don't know. I know it's a very lawyerly, underhanded argument, but you know, sometimes it's best to wait for the evidence that you can see or feel before you really assign all the blame. And the blame that I assign to us is the dog should not be running free. I mean, you know, that's a situation with any dog. You can get into so much trouble so fast. It's unfortunate. And it could be a little kid who comes out and there's a misunderstanding or whatever. And when that happens, kiss your dog goodbye. That's it. So in many ways, we're lucky. Anyway, this has rambled on long enough. I'm off. I'm out of here. I'm gonna try and go visit Jimmy in prison. Wish me luck. Maybe too late for visiting hours. I'm not supposed to be visiting hours anyway, but Suyan begged him, so I don't know, I think he'd be fine. We're missing Jimmy, but he's got to serve his time. Oh well, he's in jail. Sorry, Jimmy. Poor Jimmy. So Jimmy is in the pokey. He's so sad. He wants to go home. But I don't know. I wish he could call this a teachable moment for him, but he doesn't know what's going on. Let's just say that it's hopefully a teachable moment for somebody who won't let him run loose anymore. But, oh well. We'll miss him for a while, but he'll come back. And I guess that's it. This is our first time going to the doggy park without Mr. Jim, our jailbird doggy. Stella's getting mutely excited. I think she's still wondering where her buddy is. And the weather is beautiful. It's too bad he's missing out on all that. Probably when he gets out of jail, he'll be all like in crummy weather and be like, oh man, I've been in a dark hole for 8 days and the weather went and got rotten on me. Oh, it looks like Yoshi is here, but no Jimmy to play with. Well, a lot of doggies here. Aren't there, Stella? Woof, 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 woof. Oh, there's hardly anywhere to park. Parachia. Alrighty then. Let's do this thing. Hi, Stella. What's going on, Stella? What you looking at, huh? What you looking at, huh?